Welcome to the darkness and a new epic episode of Mac Music Review. In this episode of MMR, we're going to be looking at the album Love for Sale by Tony Bennett and Lady Gaga. Love for Sale is a modern jazz album that tries to sound like an old jazz album by one of the jazz greats himself, Tony Bennett, also on the microphone, also coming to lend her beautiful voice to the experience is Lady Gaga, who, like I just said, is actually a fantastic singer, which some people might forget about because she's really a very gimmicky pop artist that just has a lot of weird music and weird performances on a lot of songs. But when she's really trying, and something like the Star is Born soundtrack, where you can actually see that she has a pretty amazing voice, and both Tony Bennett and Lady Gaga sound really good on this album. This is an album that pretty much no one is talking about. Like, I didn't even know this album existed until it was nominated for Album of the Year at the Grammys, which was the case for, like, a few of the nominations last year. The Grammys had this tendency to nominate some kind of odd albums. I'm guessing they just nominated this not because the album is getting a lot of critical acclaim, it's really not, but because the names Tony Bennett and Lady Gaga, people who have been nominated for Grammys before, they just trying to show them some love. And, well, does the album actually hold up? Is it any good? I would absolutely say yes. Some people may call this album kind of gimmicky, the way it's just kind of parodying the old jazz music of the 60s or whatever. I don't know what time period it would have been technically. But, I think there's a lot of authentic, I don't know if any of these songs are covers, but I feel like they kind of pretty much authentically recaptured that feeling, but kind of on a lighter scale. It's very clear that it is being made modern day and that it's just kind of a light, fun, happy-go-lucky tribute to it. But the vocals on here, they work, and there's got some good songs. You got stuff like It's De Lovely, a song that I really can't get out of my head, even if I would kind of like it to get out of my head. And then You're the Top, which is all right, and then Let's Do It. Lady Gaga's part on the first half of that song is really good, but I hate to say that it's not the most memorable album in the world. And the biggest sin this album commits is it just not feeling very purposeful. It doesn't feel impactful, it doesn't feel purposeful. It really is kind of a light exercise in nostalgia and a tribute to a time period and a sound, and I think it is a good tribute to a sound. I think it's enjoyable, especially if you really like that old jazz music, that old Tony Bennett. And I think Lady Gaga definitely doesn't take away from the experience. I would say that she adds to the experience. Her vocals really are quite nice, and she sounds really good on these songs, singing these kind of lyrics, which are a little bit funky, a little weird sometimes, but that's because they're trying to be authentic to the time period, which was a little bit funky and a little bit weird. But yeah, the album overall is not extremely memorable. It's enjoyable while it's on, but it's not a lot of songs from this thing are going to stick with you, most likely. And for that reason, I really am not going to give this album any higher than a 3.5 star rating out of 5. I really do think it is very well crafted. I love the horns. I love hearing these instruments that you really don't hear in modern music. I like how it is kind of an attempt to recapture the flame of the jazz period. I really like that. I really do. But it's just not something I'm really passionate about. But I will say it's really well crafted. The vocals sound really good. The music sounds really good. It's a really nice album. I'm gonna give it a 3.5 star rating out of 5. I'd be interested to know what you think of this album. Like I said, I haven't really heard of it till the Grammy nomination. And because of that, because this album is so obscure, like, nobody's talking about it. Some people don't even know it exists. It's not even, like, well reviewed necessarily. Not I wouldn't call it critically acclaimed. So for all of those reasons, I think that it's got kind of like the John Batiste album. Oh, I'll link. I'm doing a thing. I might as well say it again. I'm doing a thing where I talk about all the Grammy nominated albums. I already talked about Donda, so I'll link my Donda and We Are review by John Batiste. But I would say this has a slightly better odds of winning, I guess, than John Batiste because of, Tony Bennett, Lady Gaga, Grammy winners, I guess. But yeah, besides that, pretty much 0% chance of winning. There's some other albums that definitely have a shot, but This 0 to like 2 or 3% chance. Like, not good odds. That's it. Thanks for watching the video. Have a good day.